Welcome to APFC Positional Play. Have you ever wondered why the number 6 or the central midfielder is often called the heartbeat of a team? Why is this role so essential during a team's build-up? How does the role of the number 6 evolve depending on the game's scenario? And how can this player master the art of dominating spaces and seamlessly connecting with teammates? Join us today as we delve deep into the intricacies of the center midfielder's role and uncover the secrets behind truly mastering it. Let's get started. But before, if you're passionate about understanding the game's intricacies, just like we are, make sure to hit that subscribe button.
Hello coaches, today we want to talk about the number 6, our defensive midfielder. We want to see how he has to adjust the positioning depending on the situations during our build-up. Let's see. The first situation is when the opposing team is practicing a passive high structure. What it means passive? That in that case, the opposing team is not trying to recover the ball or press so aggressive. They are just trying to be in a position that they create some uncertainty on the decisions of the possessor. Let's see an example. When the ball comes here, the striker is the first player who is marking the opposing pressure. In that case, he's just waiting a little bit and trying not to press, not to guide, just holding the position. But the other players, the second row players, as you could see, the wingers and the second striker, they try to be a little bit more closer from the players, trying to avoid this direct reception. And if the ball is traveling, they can press. In that case, the first intention for us is to try to solve this 2v1 situation. When we solve this situation, the role of our defensive midfielder is key, because what we want to do is try to let one of these players advance into the next space and right now create a 2v1. What's important here? That our player from the beginning try to keep a center position. He cannot just travel with the ball when the ball is passed because he's running too much. As you know, we don't want to run a lot. We want to run smarter. Here, as you see, when the ball is traveling and one of these players is decided to dribble because he has space and time after shift a little bit the striker, it's time to occupy the blind spot of the second striker. Here, the intention is to create a numerical advantage that can allow us to progress in the game. Important points for this player, that he cannot be in a really high position. If he's here, the passing lanes concept is not working so much. He's not able to receive the ball, or if the pass is coming to him, probably will enter on the front foot. If we want to keep progressing on the game, it's important that this player makes an oblique movement, trying to give to provide a space in front of him that will allow him to let the ball enter in front and attack the space. It's common that your players are just like being far away or open a new passing lane, but this passing lane sometimes is not enough. Another crucial point is the width of this support. If this player is trying to open so much the passing lane, he's offering the option to the winger to close him and avoid this reception. He must try to, as we said, make an oblique movement, trying to occupy the blind spot of the second striker, open a space in front of him that allows him to let the ball enter, but at the same time be aware on their own blind spot if the player is going to press. This support movement has to be close enough to beat and far away enough to avoid the winger pressing. Once the ball is entering here, this player can apply another numerical advantage, can keep progressing on the game, and right now we can face this 3v2 against the other players. An important point here is that always our players try to face the gaps. If we are facing the gaps, we are not just attracting one player, we are attracting two players, we are narrowing the opposing team, and right now we can find other solutions. Also, the fact that this player is controlling forward and attacking this inside gap can allow us to play these third-man actions. If we can find that the number 9 is alone enough to play this third-man action, we are not providing time for the beaten players to drop back, And also, right now, we are in a position that we can face the back line and create a score to chance. The other option that we can observe is from the same structure that the opposing team is trying to recover the ball. They are trying to press aggressively. In that case, it's critical to identify who is the player who is pressing. Normally, the first player who is pressing is the striker. Now, when we play that situation, and this player is going to press, we will apply a concept that is crucial in that type of situation, that is a follow the shadow concept. As you see, it's much more important that this player play in between players, between the second striker and the first striker, but always closer from the first player. Why? Because the fact that this player is closer from the first player, it means that he can take advantage. And even though he could seem that it's close from the striker, the fact that this player is facing this player makes that if the ball enters here, he must switch all the body and start to run. Every time that a player has to stop, switch, and turn the direction of the run, it means time. And as you know, we want space and time for our players. Also, the fact that we play close from this player forces that the second striker follows and tracks this player. If he's doing that, what is happening is that we are increasing the space behind him. This space can be an advantage for another players in a higher position, that they can drop a little bit and find a solution to receive the ball and progress, or if they are pressed, find third-man solutions to keep progressing on the game. As you could see, always when we offer this type of supports that can be the first player who's pressing, the intention is not to play on the direction that the player is forward, it's facing. Imagine that the striker is coming from here and it's going to press. The run direction is going to this side, to the left side. Then our objective must be to switch the field and find the free player. Come here and play a third-man action for the right center back, who is the one that can dribble and create a new advantage. But in case that the player is pressing, we are not able to play this third-man action and the ball arrives outside, here the paper of the role of the number 6 is also crucial. If the center back is dropping back in order to offer a passing lane, we can play this between players, the striker and the second striker, to open the space if that player is following us, for a player in a higher position that can drop back and receive and connect with the players in front. But at the same time, if this player it's not following the player, it's just here covering the space, the number 6 can receive the ball and switch the field. Then, as you could see here, it's crucial that depending on the ball situation, if it's pressed or not, we must adjust our position. Always, the behavior of the opposing team will influence our decisions. Always, the defensive intentions will provide us new advantages in the game. Then, as a coaches, we have the responsibility to provide good information for the players, give them good references, and help them to identify the moments and the opportunities that appear.
Thanks for diving deep into the world of football with us today. If you're passionate about understanding the game's intricacies just like we are, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Join the APFC Positional Play community and never miss an insight. Until next time, keep learning and evolving your game.